Okay, hello everyone. Uh, can you see? Okay, I think we are live now. Okay, welcome everyone to today's webinar on the evolving landscape of fashion influencers and content creators, organized by Ecloset in association with AMHSSC, Apparel, Made-up and Home Furnishings Sector Skill Council. As we delve deep into the topic, it's evident that the role of influencers is not just growing, but reshaping industries at an unprecedented pace. From fashion to tech and everything in between, influencers are wielding immense power, driving trends and influencing consumer behavior like never before. It's my absolute pleasure to welcome our distinguished panel of speakers as they bring their unique insights and expertise uh, in in this captivating topic. Well, thank you for taking our time to the distinguished panel, and I would like to start my question with to Lena, distinguished Bollywood film producer and director. Welcome, Lena. My question to you would be like, as a film director, you have a unique perspective on storytelling and visual communication. Given your expertise in crafting narratives and capturing audiences' attention, how do you perceive the role of influencers in shaping trends, especially with the realm of film and media?
Firstly, thank you for having me on this panel. See, in today's world, influencers have become a very popular um, because our world is transformed to mostly being on social media, Instagram, and most of these social media channels. So, influencers in terms of um, as in particularly in films. So we have started incorporating a lot of influencers who are popular in terms of videos or in films or in web series, but just to get more viewership, because they already have a certain um fan following, a certain kind of people who like the style of dressing, or this, there are mental health influencers, there are styling influencers, there are fashion influencers, there are makeup influencers, a lot of different categories of influencers, and people would want to see and know more about them. So they have very nicely and very effortlessly kind of gotten into the stream of acting, and um, so, so I think the popularity has really worked really, really well for them to open up another stream to be seen on films and on many such platforms.
So, where do you see the synergies like between the influencers and the film as a producer or a director? Where do you see the role as, in your fraternity, the fashion and especially the fashion and influencers and lifestyle influencers coming up?
See, earlier there were very specific categories, which was actors, background actors, Now with the OTT coming so strong, a lot of these categories have merged. There is no main leads, or there are no such tags, especially when you talk about bigger actors in terms of where their films do go into the theaters and stuff. But most of the actors who are coming, the new talent is very much OTT driven. So when you speak about influencers, influencers have started playing a very, very important role in terms of turning eyeballs and getting viewership on OTT channels. So when you get, for example, I don't remember the name, Krishla. There was a film with these four, Shehnaz Gill and Bhumi, and these. So Krishna was very, very nicely. It took the subject required for women, and the director producers probably thought to pick up one influencer and make it like a package to just have more viewership and more visibility amongst a lot of people. So if you go to small towns and stuff like that, a lot of people might not know a lot of actors who are very popular in Bombay or Delhi or in the metropolitans. A lot of these small towners might know a lot of influencers who've been on Instagram, and so it has definitely made a lot of difference for them also in terms of more visibility on a bigger screen or on a screen like an OTT, where visibility is more for influencers. And for us it's a win-win situation because they already have a set of followers, they have a set of people who like them. They come to see what they've done in a new stream of media. So I think, yeah, in that way it's like a hand in hand situation for both.
Right. Uh, Thank you so much. How about you, Karan? You're also from the same fraternity, and we feel that as an actor, you're not only a performer but also a cultural influencer. You have done your roles in the religious sagas also, with the power to shape trends and captivating audiences. Now, in today's digital world, social media influences play a real significant role in shaping various aspects of popular culture as well, including film and media. So, how do you perceive the role of digital influencers on the film industry, especially for you in selecting roles and engaging with your audiences?
So I feel the industry, they are playing very safe right now at the moment. If you see right after, if you all must have seen a movie called Bahubali, I think so. So that is when the South industry actually got very famous actually amongst the Indian audience. So now post that cinema, if you see, everyone wants to hire South Indian actor along with the Bollywood. They want to merge, they want to collaborate. So no one misses out on their fame. So this is exactly how it's working in the case of the social media of influencer. If they are coming up with any shows, if you see Big Boss, or even if in case you see Khatron Ke Khiladi, such shows, they make sure that they do have an influencer in the show. So they have their audience in the show. So they play very safe actually. So that's the power of influencing, I can say. So here, I feel if you have talent, if you have something that you want to show to the audience, you already have a platform which is given to you. You don't have to knock doors now. You can just showcase your talent. If you're good at it, and if you're meant to be there for the long term, definitely you have the doors open and you will be hired for it. And talking about my cultural influencing, I was, I mean, this is how I came to know the audience of India. We are like around 140 crores or maybe more than that. That is when I came to know that people still remember me for something that I did. That was I played Lakshman in Siya Ke Ram in Ramayan. So this is how we learn about the audience, that what exactly they like, us doing. Where are their preference? So from the business point of view, uh, this is how it works, I feel. Once you get into the trend, you analyze things, and then later on you realize what exactly is working for you. So it has
Right,
helped me,
right.
I think. So I mean, I get a lot of roles with connected to mythology. I mean, they keep calling me for Mahabharata or Ramayana or any such things that that they're gonna come up with, because uh, that is where the audience has accepted me, and that is how I got to know when the social media boom happened.
Right, right. And I also see that you are an influencer as well. You're a biker, avid biker, and
Yeah.
you have your own page where they follow you. And I still see the comments, where they say, right, Jesse Aram, and like they still relate to
So
those.
that is a thing. So that is a
Yeah,
thing.
so they do
Yeah.
connect with you on
तो
that
पहले के जमाने में
level.
ऐसा होता था ना कि इफ इन केस जो आपको पसंद हो, जो आपकी हॉबी हो, आपको वो करना चाहिए. So even if
Yeah,
now people are doing some sort of job which is a majburi kind of a job, and there is something that you always liked, you wanted to do, you can
yeah.
you can start with this. Side by side, you have your regular income coming in, but you can explore your passion through these platforms, and you never know, it can just turn out to be your full-time job.
Kind of an expression, actually.
Exactly, exactly. So
Yeah.
that's how it can happen actually.
That's amazing. Yeah, we see so many of even the homemakers, coming up with such interesting food videos, and generally their routine videos, which are doing so well. They become influencers in their own sense, and I think it's giving them so much of confidence and to create content, in that sense. So I think everyone's got space here.
It's for everyone. It's for artists, it's for doctors, it's for cooking videos, for pet
Yeah.
lovers. Everything is there.
Great, great, great. I think it's an amazing platform. So a bit about eCloset as well, so since we are also a styling company, we've been leveraging influencers in a big way, to amplify our brand presence and to also connect with our target audience. And that's a very authentic way. And, that's the reason, we felt that there's also a need for some sort of, kind of a training, kind of a program which we could develop, since we've been working with them. And that's how we came up with the, this idea of,
Yes.
making a kind of a, to professionalize this actually industry, so to say. And that's how we, collaborated with the Apparel Skill Council. And soon we're going to be launching our first cohort this quarter. And that's an amazing thing. We see a space here, and like there's a place for everyone, as you say. And with that, I'd like also to introduce Priyaneet Kaur. She's the joint director of AMHSSC, and thank you so much, for joining in. And she's been the whole boost push the sector council for this kind of program that we're soon creating. So please, Priyaneet, over to you.
Thank you, Rashmi. Thank you so much for your kind words. And good evening to all of you. The council was established on 24th December 2013, and we work under the aegis of Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship. Primarily to state, it was established to bridge the gap between the industry requirements and the workforce capabilities. And we have been able to play a pivotal role in shaping the skilled workforce or the skilled professionals for three sectors, which is apparel, made-up, and home furnishing. So, we operate as a facilitator. We collaborate with the industry stakeholders, with the training partners, the government agencies, to design comprehensive skill development programs. And by aligning with training programs with the industry standards and emerging trends, we not only empower individuals with the employable skills, but also contribute to the overall growth of the industry and the competitiveness in the industry. And this is our one platform, with collaborating with Rashmi. This is one of our such initiatives to, equip our youth with the future ready job roles. And I thank Rashmi for, bringing in such opportunities for the, for all those who are interested in the, newer job roles. Now I'll request Rashmi to take it forward. Thank you.
Priyaneet. Thank you. So coming back to our discussion, so we have Amita. She's a brand strategist and a brand consultant. So Amita, as a brand strategist, you are like deeply attuned to the ever evolving landscape of consumer behavior and popular culture. Now, in the recent year, the rise of digital influencers has had a profound impact on shaping trends across various industries, especially the beauty and fashion. They've been always the forerunners into it. So how do you perceive, this role of influencers in shaping consumer preferences and brand perceptions?
So thank you, Rashmi. And I think it's a great platform where we are talking about a program which is going to further skill young people who want to follow their passion. So I see really influencers today who are doing exceedingly well and have such massive followings, whether it's running in millions and lakhs and millions today, as micro celebrities. And they have evolved in the social media world, and they have evolved out of their passion of whatever they liked, be it in makeup, be it in beauty or clothes or fashion and lifestyles, or even in food, like you mentioned, and across many other, even tech. So, these are micro celebrities who are today have massive following. Now, why do they have such massive following? They are basically, let's call them specialists in what they know. So if this is somebody who is knows a lot about makeup or wants to learn about how to do makeup for young people, let's say, between 15 to 20, and even this influencer could be just between that age group. And this person, actually, this influencer has learned all the tricks and has eventually started sharing it as they share these posts. So it's really about the content. The content that they created is not something that is coming out of, more as an endorsement, but it is coming out of something that they believe in, something that they've tried. And that's what create followings. And when you create followers, because they're shaping influences in opinions as well as building trust. So I know I can turn to the influencer to give me a guidance on how should I look, let's say, for a particular event, and therefore how should I dress up, and what are my attire, and how should I do what are my makeup tips that I should follow. So the influencer in that sense is like a virtual friend today, and is there and is being followed by like-minded people who are seeking similar interests, and they have become, so our consumers have become sharply segmented. As they become segmented, they have different interests. So today you have bikers, today you have trekkers, today you have makeup enthusiasts, you have bakers. So the variety that we see around us is, I think we can go on and on with the list. Now, each one of them are reaching out to a targeted customer base, a consumer base who like, let's say they want to learn about baking, let's say they want to learn about fashion, let's say they want to learn about makeup. So that's where these influencers become a very credible source. And I know that this person, this influencer embodies my persona, embodies my values, and I can trust them and I can follow them. And therefore I can also become a specialist in whatever I'm doing. So that's how they're shaping the overall consumer psyche at this point in time.
All right. Yes, definitely we see the trends, and I myself, or even my children, they used to see Pinterest, but now they have actually moved on
Yes.
to seeing Instagram. They have their own set of influencers
Yes.
whom like they follow, like like the gurus of that space, basically. Yeah, and we also have like Margi here. She's like a beauty influencer. In fact, I took so much of my makeup tips from her. And she's amazing. So Margi, as a beauty influencer, like what you are at the forefront, at the trends. So you have lakhs of followers and all. So how do you think your role, in influencing the purchasing decisions also, not only, that how they should do, but even the purchasing decisions really fall on your hands for the customers. So how do you see your role, as obviously it has to be responsible as well, while you're promoting anything. So I'm sure you enjoy it, but like what all do you see in this space as a beauty influencer,
Thank you so much, Rashmi, for bringing me on the panel. I think it's great to be surrounded by so many intelligent people. So basically, as a beauty influencer, it is not so it's not just giving a review of a product is not the goal anymore. So you have to bring in sales, you do have to bring in people on the platform, you do have to bring in people who would want to join the brand or try something from the brand. So it is not just promoting a brand. And I have been very, very cautious of promoting I have this niche of promoting brown girl friendly makeup. So because there are very, very less amount of people now, I'm starting to seeing a lot of people who are brown skin community. But when I started doing beauty vlogging, it was like I did not have anybody to look up to for being a brown skin. I did not know what foundation to choose, like as basic as foundation. I think you guys, I think all of you ladies might remember that Lakme foundation that used to come. So there was one particular shade that everybody used to use it. So when it comes to the category of skin, we have variety of skin tones in India, so which we did not had earlier. So that becomes a little beneficial for brown girls to give advice to people who are looking for it. So it becomes a niche now. So it is not just selling the product, it is also like making a niche of it. So that becomes a very, very important role when it comes to selling a product or giving a review of a product. And I have become very, very cautious in terms of stating products or giving my review on products which are which has claims like paraben free, paraffin free. Your kit also has those are vegan as well, so I personally love to promote those as well. So again, as far as in the beauty community, I think there is a growth of influencers who are looking for not just promoting a brand, but also creating their own brands through the way. So I have seen a lot of beauty influencers who are now creating makeup, who have gotten into creating makeup or creating something that is their particular niche. So I think that has given such a beautiful chance to a lot of women out there who don't have a lot of resources, who don't come from a background of business, but know how to make or create makeup throughout these years of experiences that they have. So it has also given a very different meaning to beauty vloggers. So probably, I think, let's say Malvika Satlani has Masik Beauty, Anam Chashmawala, who's a very famous beauty vlogger, has verified. So a lot of bloggers have started creating their own brands through, promoting other brands. So because of course they have become more influential, they have become more, more powerful, so they have started to create their own brand. I have personally created my own lip shade, which is called Margie, with Just Herbs. So again, through these kind of knowledge that you have, you kind of create your own way through your knowledge as well and skills that you have.
Great, that's amazing. That's amazing. So, so you are in a brand in yourself,
Yeah.
now. So, and that's what we're like seeing, so many of the influencers are now creating their own brands. We have the sari draper Dolly, so she's created her own range, and we have the makeup influencers creating their own brands and range. So, coming back to Lena, so Lena, what do you see in now the Bollywood and the influencer balancing? Like we used to have a lot of celebrities. We do still have celebrity endorsing a lot of brands, and the transition is now gradually happening to these influencers, promoting brands. So where do you see space for both, or do you see the big encroachment happening now? Or like what is your take on that?
See, celebrities will always be celebrities because people have seen them on multiple platforms. I mean, if you talk about Vidya Jamwa, Lakshay Kumar, Hrithik Roshan, they are already in the space of healthy body, healthy mind. So their influence is definitely far, far, far beyond than any of the influencers. But as in terms of, earlier we never used to have a merger, or earlier we never used to have a platform which we could say that, okay, we'll introduce influencers to the film industry, or we will get a newcomer. It was very difficult for newcomers to enter the industry and make a name for their own selves. With the social media influence, at least that has become pretty easy. In not, I won't say easy, but approachable in terms of that now people are more keen on getting these influencers into music videos or ads or stuff like that to have the reach out of a brand much more faster, instead of just targeting on the celebrities or the stars. Also, there are multiple variation of brands. If you talk about high-end brands who can afford celebrities, probably will go and get a contract of a year of a celebrity in crores. Certain brands do not have that bandwidth to go all the way out and get like a Hrithik Roshan for their branding. So in that way also, they still have that scope of influencers who are very popular on social media to at least showcase their brands more, to the world. So I think it has become quite a uh, open space for all these new people who wanted. See, ultimately, I feel a lot of influencers within the heart want to become actors. Facing the camera for anybody is not easy. Like if you ask me to go in front of the camera, for me, it is a complete no-no. So a lot of influencers have that aspiration to become actors and, have that kind of visibility in terms of the world. So I think that social media has done at least 20%, 30% of their work little easier, because if they're liked by people, there is a chance they'll be liked in the scope of, television or movies or OTT or whatever, in that way. So it's quite, I won't say it's still a balance. It'll still take time to reach to that, because it's a different category of people with different branding and different. And also, my thing is that uh, uh, a lot of mental health or a lot of body physical health and all of these things is shown in these celebrities body talks, the kind of films they pick up. So for the influencers to reach that part will take still a lot of time, because they need to have their own grounding first. What is the brand they want to really pick up and market? Or are they willing to pick up anything? Are they conscious about environment? And are they conscious of, like how she said that, it's a vegan brand? So a lot of people are going into that. So my thing is that, what is your core? Do you believe in what you're promoting, or just promoting because you're getting the money? Or so that kind of a thing, they still need to balance it out and figure out that. And once that is aligned, I think it's quite easy for them to be more there in the market.
Yeah. So thank you so much. Karan, how about you? Like, you also see that you're like also playing two roles. Like one is of the influencer that you do on the Instagram, and other is your role. So how do you see both of them? Like I know that's your own personal space, but that's like loved by everyone. So like,
Yeah,
how do you see
it
those?
indirectly happens actually. So as Leena said that every influencer or whoever is on social media, eventually they want to be an actor. I mean, most of us, I mean, most of them actually who aims to be an actor. But I happened to be the actor first, and then I came on social media actually, because the social media boom happened maybe somewhere around 2016 or something. I entered the industry in 2013 approximately. So the only thing is that it has followed me because I was an actor. But nowadays the things are running in a different manner. Of course, they have got a platform right now where they can actually perform, show their talent, and it has become very easy, at the same time very competitive for them to reach to the producers or to the right department.
Right, right, right. Yeah. Yeah, thank you so much. Amita, like, what do you see with the brands, like we see a lot of brands trying to reach the tier two and tier three cities. And how do you see these role of regional influencers as far as it is concerned, as for the brand outreach into those cities? You're muted, Amita. You need to unmute yourself.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. So, as the India story is, rapidly showing massive growth, and a lot of this growth is coming in the tier two, tier three cities, With that, what's happened is that now there is a need to reach consumers in these cities in a far more targeted manner. Cost of media is extremely high today. Now, in a regional market, let's say in Madhya Pradesh, and I want to go into the towns of Madhya Pradesh, and I want to reach a particular sect of, women, let's say women between the age of 20 to 30, who are foodies. They like to make food, and yet they haven't yet, adapted themselves to the healthiest of foods. And I want to convert that, and that's my customer base, consumer base I'm targeting. That is where the regional influencer will play a key role. You see, it's not possible to reach that market through television without spending mega bucks and reaching people whom you really don't want to convert at this stage. My brand is catering to specific set of people, and at the starting of the campaign, as we begin the launch of the product. Now, at that stage, it's important that you target the right customer, right consumer, and regional influencers will play a very key role. They'll have a significant set of followers who are actually going to help us to influence those particular women in the regional markets in the language that they speak, the way they dress. So it's not just about being an influencer there, a popular face, who's perhaps talking about healthy food, but actually resonating the values of the consumers in that market. So he or she has to look a certain way, dress a certain way, has to be actually mirroring the persona of the consumers. So that is how brands are looking at these influencers in the regional markets. So you see more and more of that is happening. And especially when you go to South, very difficult to crack certain languages and also the cultural differences that exist there. How do you do that? It's really through these regional influencers who will actually pick up the local nuances, about the saris. Now, there are different kinds of saris. How do you wear them? Now, in the southern market, if you want to promote a certain sari brand, you can actually show it through the influencer different styles, how they can be worn, which will again resonate with the consumers there. Something like this cannot be done on a large scale. So this is where the regional influencers are playing a very, very key role.
Actually, we at Ecloset as well, we've been using regional influencers extensively, and I think even the dialect of that place, when the influencers talk to them in that dialect, I think that whole understanding and even the confidence of the audience increases. That it's our region, it's our regional person who is wanting to show something, so we should see it. It has. So I think it really is a part of that whole confidence they have with that regional influencer versus
and the language. Yeah.
So, and the dialect. Exactly.
Really the way they speak and the manner they speak, the way they, it's about the food that you're cooking, how you're cooking. And, so you're building a relationship. So it's really about the relationship that a regional influencer will build with the consumers in those markets. And that's why they become very valuable.
Exactly. So, Marky, what do you see about your outreach? You are from Punjab, and you do beauty, and how is the acceptance in the other regions, like while we're talking about regional?
So, Punjab here, it is very, very different. Very different when it comes to accepting something new is very different because people who have the knowledge will accept it very quickly, but people who don't have the knowledge don't have the knowledge. So it is very difficult for them to, you know, exactly bring them from 0 to 100 because they have absolutely no idea. So people who know it will know it. So for them, for people who are at, let's say, 10% of understanding, let's say from my industry of beauty, if I want them to know something, I have to be very, very particular of what I'm trying to tell them. So, and what exactly, how is it going to be beneficial for them? Because everybody in Punjab is very, very different and difficult to understand what the new trend is going about in the makeup industry. Again, people who know it will know it. People who don't know it, it's very, very hard to make them understand. So, and coming back, let's say, if we compare from in northern part, let's say Delhi or Punjab, Punjab will have more of a very strong-headed people who will, if they love it, they'll love it for the rest of their life and they won't change it. So for them to make them aware and change a certain routine will of course be a very difficult task. It becomes a very, very difficult understanding of how you want them to get, like say for example, if they're using a certain makeup product for quite some years now, it's very difficult for them to move and switch because they have been with that product for such a long time and they have that comfort zone. So that is a little difficult part when it comes to Punjab. But if they want to switch it, and if they switch it, then they love it, I think there's no going back again. So that is how it is a little different from being in, let's say, Delhi or in Punjab. That's the major difference, which I feel as an influencer is there. But if they love it, they'll love it.
Great, nice, good to know that about Punjab. And yeah, thank you so much. And to Priyaneet, now I know the Skill Council is playing a major role in promoting, the fashion enthusiasts, who want to enter the industry, and also supporting a lot of upcoming, stylists and fashion designers. So just wanted to understand, since, we're soon going to be launching this program for fashion influencers and all? Like, how do you like see the certified, because it's going to be now certified by the sector council. So how do you see this taking shape? Like, we are very hopeful that with this joint cohort that will start would definitely benefit maximum people in India.
So see, Rashmi, the main, if you look at the whole concept of certification is that, it not only gives you an external validation, it also gives you an internal validation. So it boosts your confidence. Yes, we are certified by this recognized university or a council, and it stands at the back of us. And the employer also looks at you with the credibility. So like I mentioned, the sector skill role, the council, we try to bring in all the latest, we see what is happening in the, in the um, around us, which is, a future job role oriented skills, which can make our candidates more employable and suitable for the industry because it's evolving at a very rapid pace. So to catch up with the pace, they have to keep evolving themselves, keep updating your knowledge, keep learning. So this is a new arena or a landscape, I would say, like the influencers, the stylists, the bespoke tailors, or something to do with the ESG, how even, I don't know, the panelists would be more better equipped to put, highlight at how they can be more socially and morally responsible, influencers, not only towards the society, but overall towards the environment also, which is, something we also need to take care of. So yes, certification is definitely an add-on, and we try to give the best of, training, whichever way possible.
Yes, definitely. I think this will be a great beginning, to professionalize influencers
Absolutely.
in some
Yes,
way.
yes.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. So I think we would have now how much time we have? We have like 15 minutes. So any last words before we put with the audience, open this panel to the audience? How about Lena? Would like to say something about the growing landscape of influencers, and what's your take on it?
Uh, so it's quite a rare thing where you are certifying the influencers, because I think a lot of influencers do need that um, education about how to put the camera, what will look nice on them, what is their body type, understanding themselves much better, and then going into the market and what they're promoting. So I think that is very interesting and very relevant in today's time, because there are so many people on social media and very handful of them are very popular. Like if you, on an average, if I say 1,000 people are there, like influencers, out of them, maybe, 50, 60 are so popular, and they have opened their brands according to what they've liked and what they were promoting for all these years. So I think that should be the, if the target is that, every person is given a platform where they know themselves better before they reach out to the market and what they actually want to promote, and and how is it affecting themselves also in a longer run, because if you keep doing a job and you're not enjoying it and you're doing it just for money, eventually it kind of drains you, and uh, so that I think that, and as uh, the trend changes every year, uh, fashion changes every 6 months. Makeup changes every year. Some people are into heavy makeup. Some people don't put makeup at all. So what, is having that specific, that what they like if you ask me, I will not put makeup to save my life also. I don't know how to do makeup. But then for me, talking about my stream, which is cinema or mental health or pets, is a much more relevant topic than, makeup or fashion. fashion do play a very, very important role in today's time, because you are presenting yourself in the market. And how you do that and how strongly you do that is going to make an impact on how popular you will become. So I think that is a very good uh, platform to be given to these newbies, where they want to come out in the market, but also well prepared. A lot of influencers, like, and Karan, I think, will second me on that. A lot of influencers did not have that platform till now. They're just doing what they like doing. A lot of actors know how to face camera, lighting, and everything, but a lot of influencers do not do that. You know, they'll just make a reel in any light. They'll just make a reel in any kind of a angle which is suiting them or not suiting them. So giving that platform and certification and learning on those aspects, I think is going to be very interesting, and we'll see more people more confident out of this entire space of what you guys are doing.
Great. Yes. Thank you so much. Yes, Lina, we see that, it also reinforces, because we see a lot of content creators, but, maybe it's not showcased the way they want to showcase the content, so there is this gap between facing the camera, as you said, and to really express the content also, what they really want to show. Probably, that's with this program, they'll be able to better express and authentically do things, that's what our attempt is. Karan, how about you? What is your take
I
on,
feel is the best thing is whenever you're scrolling through Instagram, the reels that you save, most of the reels that you save are one of the best reels actually. Those are the reels which are giving you some sort of information, the post or the videos, whatever you're saving actually. So from that you can figure out that it is very important to have the knowledge about anything that you're stepping into. It's very easy to be viral, or you just need a luck to be viral. So instead of focusing on being viral and getting those couple of thousands or million views just for a time being, it's better to be famous for a long term and become that celebrity that you're aiming for actually. So have a entire knowledge about the product and only step into this if in case if you're really interested, rather than you see people following the trend. If you're not meant for it, you I think you're meant for something else. But if you're really meant for it, you just gain the knowledge of the subject, and I believe that's the course all about actually, that you'll be shaping people, letting them know how to face the camera, where they're missing out, and just giving them the entire knowledge about the platform.
yes, yes, definitely. How about you, Amita? Like, do you see that, with a certified influencer versus, an influencer that any brand picks up, how much difference would it make, or the confidence level that will give to the brands?
I think it's a great initiative. A couple of things that I think this can do potentially unlock. One is creating a structured profession. Giving a certification is actually giving it credibility. So even from a family perspective, when a young influencer is wanting to venture forward and move or wants to become an influencer, certification always gives everybody a confidence that yes, this is something that will help me to build a career in this space, because I am now skilled. So there is a skill versus knowing something and learning from videos here and there, but actually to be imparted knowledge in a formal way. And because it's from Skill India certification, along with yourself, who are going to be imparting this kind of a trainings, it gives it a certain professional and a credible framework. So I see a huge potential. For instance, like I think Lina mentioned that, there are about 10,000 influencers today, and there are only about 3 to 4% who are actually monetizing their real value. Now, the others are also aspiring, but the moment that you have certification, also what this will do is you will learn how to write your posts, you will learn how to make your reels, also to embody the brand that you want to be seen as, and will become your guide. Brands will then actually take notice of you, and they will start looking at influencers saying, okay, when I'm actually evaluating an influencer, this influencer has following, of course, has this great content, stands for this XYZ values of my brand, and is close and is also certified. So you see, that's a value that bring in, because there is an education backed by a certain qualification. So I think this is a formalization of a profession, which is a great beginning. and will unlock huge opportunities for young people, not just in big cities, actually more in the tier 2, tier 3 cities, which is where we're talking about regional influencers coming up and more jobs and opportunities and professional careers coming up.
Definitely. And how about you, Marty? Like, do you think that if you were to have like a certified, you know, certification from sector council or anything, like, would your parents would have agreed you to become this like as a profession? Because I know a lot of parents who still oppose, you know, anyone who's doing these reels, Kira, this is not a profession, you know, this is like,
Yeah.
what are you even doing? You know, why are you even doing it? So they definitely don't take this as a very serious thing, you know. So what is your take on this?
So I have a very funny backstory for it, because when I started YouTube, when I wanted to do YouTube, um, my parents was like, putting yourself up on the internet is something that parents are generally a little hesitant about. They're like, you put yourself up on the internet, and being a girl is a different ball game altogether. So when I started with YouTube, so my parents had this agreement that if you get into the university, you top in the university, you can start off with it. So fortunately that happened. So that is how I kind of got into it. But when it comes to for people whose parents don't understand anything, let's say don't even know how to use a proper smartphone in, let's say, tier 3 cities, who don't know how internet works, who don't know how to post, who don't know anything about internet, they will have the understanding of what exactly is going to happen and how is it going to lead. Otherwise people who have absolutely zero idea will be a little hesitant of, it's not going to work, it's not going to happen, because they don't know. And it is not their fault, it's basically how, because they don't have the knowledge for it. When a certification comes in, they get a proper knowledge. Let's say, for example, if you go to university, you get a degree, you're certified ki acha apne you have done your bachelor's, your master's, or whatever. Same thing with this, and I think it is a best idea, because we have, for example, in my case, I have um fell, I've gotten back up, I have understood what's wrong, what's right, everything. I've learned it on my own, because there was nobody in my family, still nobody in my family does YouTube, nobody in my family does blogging, nobody is, I am now working with such huge brands, Mac, Smashbox, Estee Lauder. People dream, like nobody in my circle knows it. So people who have zero idea, let's say from my circle, who are let's say my age as well, or people who are now growing, still don't know what exactly is, how exactly to work around it, how exactly they need to step up, what is one step at a time. So this is actually going to give them one step at a time how to build it. Let's say, for example, from schooling to college, you have to go to class 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you go up. Same thing in the blogging industry. You will understand your niche, you will understand your skill, you will understand your knowledge, you will understand how to present it and how you want to monetize it, how you want to make money out of it. So it's just going to take, like, it's just going to elevate into understanding how one wants to learn and grow. Again, it is their own preference of what kind of a niche they want to go into, but it's going to give them a very good elevation, which we did not had at that point of time. I have learned it something right from basic, to put up a ring light and to understand how to set up a ring light, and or kahan lights lagani hai, to actually modify the lights, how to sit exactly in front, as basic as just to sit in front of the camera. Angle नीचे होगा, ऊपर होगा, side होगा, किधर होगा. So these are also very, very basic things, but I think when you learn it and you have a good criteria behind it, I think that becomes very easier for people to understand and adapt, because you have given it a very, like a nice road to go on to. Highway pe road ban gayi hai, so you just have to, you just have to drive your car, that's it. So that is how it is going to become. So I think that is absolutely amazing, because people who don't know where to start, that is the only question, where to start. So they'll have the elevation and understanding of where they want to take their influencing or any kind of a blogging or whatever field that they want to go into.
Yes, definitely. Thank you so much, Maggie. I think we have now few more minutes left, to open the house for anyone who would like to ask any questions. Do we have any questions here with the audience? So I think we don't have any questions as of now coming up. We are also live on YouTube. So I see that people are viewing it, and we'll be definitely sharing the recorded version at other places. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone, for taking out time, to the speakers and to the audience. So this was our series one, first series of the panel discussions that we just started with influencers, and we're looking forward to many more series in this with the sector council. And thank you so much, Leena, Margi, Karan, Amita, and Priyaneet, for taking out time. And we would wrap the session here now. Thank you so much, everyone, for your
Thank you so much.
Thank you
Rashmi.
all.
Thanks, Leena. Thanks,
Thank
Dharan.
you. Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Rashmi. Bye.
All the best.
thank you, everyone.